Welcome back to Minecraft. Hello Malinka and hello Demon.
Hello.
Hello.
We were joking about Demon obviously being from America. He's coming in and saying hello like, Demon, fuck yeah. Just like, America, fuck yeah. It's our American friend. Anyway.
Almost like party time. Excellent.
What a random start.
You're actually... Oh god. Are you actually old enough to know Bill and Ted?
I know Bill and Ted, but that was more referencing.
Oh, wait. That's... Oh, damn. What's that called again?
Yeah, you can get it.
Seen that. Oh, damn it.
Anyway.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Excellent. Yeah. Damn.
So on my screen right now, on my screen right now is the magic tower. Malinka's finishing capping it off, and although it's a big black ball at the moment, we have plans for it that I don't know if it will come this episode. It's going to require some computer craft stuff, but that top ball there is going to be a bit more visual. But yeah, Malinka's working on it in the background anyway. Meanwhile, we promised nukes. Like, we've been promising nukes for several seasons, actually. So it's about time we actually did
Finally,
this.
we're getting to it.
Yeah. So what we need is a hazmat suit to be able to do this easily. Now there's two of us here, so we need two hazmat suits. We've only got one, and I'm going to quickly craft up a hazmat suit. So the first thing that you need for a hazmat suit is rubber boots.
I think you've managed to say the word hazmat suit about 10 times in 3 sentences. I'm quite impressed.
It would be better if it was more of a tongue twister.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Say each piece of the suit.
The quick brown hazmat cat. I don't know, fucking. It's not even working. I did in my head. I thought of there might have been something. What's the helmet called for this?
It's the
Helmet.
scuba helmet.
Ah, scuba. Cool. There we go. And now we have a spare hazmat suit, which I'm just going to put on. Take my armor off and put this on. In fact, if I do... Oh, this one doesn't have a signal behind it. Oh, I'll sort it out off camera. But that'll be fine. Oop,
The second one I just put down so you can put it there quickly.
that's fine.
It's Malinka's fault.
Okay, cool. Right.
Always blame me. Why not?
Now we're protected against the dangers of this. Demon, before we go downstairs, can you show us the steps to turn uranium into uranium cells?
We'll use the middle one.
Okay.
First off, to make the cells, we need some tin plates, I believe.
Which hopefully we've got some. I got tin item
And over
casing.
here, is it item casing or is it plates?
Anyway, were you metaformed?
Either which way,
Yeah.
it's the extruding one.
Oh, okay.
I was right, plates.
Oh, okay. You take the plates, extrude them, and they turn into empty cells. Cool.
We'll only need... Well, let's make all 9.
Okay.
Or not. We'll just do 9.
Sure.
Then we come over back to the crafting table. And I gotta look up the recipe.
So I know this works
Unless you
slightly
can do it real
differently.
quickly.
That's why. Uranium. Oop.
Did we show how to make the refined uranium?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So we need to make fuel rods at the moment, which is extruding iron plates. You sure you done it right? Instead of cells.
Well, let's check. Yeah, I did it wrong. It was iron.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll save those and we'll grab some iron then. Do we have any iron plates? No. We can make some quick. Right. So we'll flatten out.
So
some
we
iron
apologize.
plates. It's alright. Derpy derp.
All the
And
time.
there you go. Extrude the iron in the metal former, and now we get fuel rods. So I've got one fuel rod. That'll do for now because we've already pre-made some anyway. And now we want some uranium, correct? Some.
Yes, enriched uranium.
Okay. And luckily, if I carried this and I wasn't wearing the hazmat suit, it would kick my ass. So, luckily, that's not the case. So what oh, so I put the fuel rod there.
I think the debuff even lasts 2 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Which I think
Minute.
Demon's suffering for some reason.
I'm experimenting.
Okay. Anyway, by combining the fuel rod with the enriched uranium, we get a fuel rod in the canning machine, of which I guess I'll put it downstairs. Okay. And here's the stuff that we've prepared earlier. 2 MFSUs. An HV transformer, an EV transformer, LV, MV, reactor chambers, nuclear reactor. So these are the components you'll need for the background stuff, especially the nuclear reactor and the chamber. Then we've got all these vents and things. Now I'll try and explain them unless Demon knows how they work. If not, I will.
That'll be you.
Okay. So when we put fuel rods into the system here, what will happen is they'll heat up the nuclear reactor. And on their own, they would cause the nuclear reactor to heat up so fast that it would explode. And that would be bad, obviously. Because when nukes go off, it tends to take quite a large chunk of the world with it. So whenever you make a nuclear reactor, you also need a way to cool the nuclear reactor down. And this means that we need other components. So you'll see here that we've got component heat vents, we've got heat exchangers, an overclocked heat vents, and even a reactor heat exchanger and a component heat exchanger. So all of these do different different things. Now either they move the heat from one square to another, or they dissipate the heat out into the world, or they soak up heat, I guess. So the overclocked heat vents, what they're effectively doing is pushing heat out into the world. They also take damage, I think, over time if you're heating them up too quickly. So part of it is to do it at the right tempo so that these overclocked heat vents can keep up. And these component heat vents exchange to the surrounding block, so it's going to put this component heat vent will put out a heat from this block, we'll move it over to here, and then we'll move it to here, then move it to here, and then the idea is that each of these start grabbing heat and moving it to the side. Each of the component heat vents, I think, work at a really fast tempo of moving stuff down, but as we get further away and deeper into the system, it doesn't need quite as much heat exchange. So we have like lesser heat exchanges at the back end of the system here, to right in the far corner where it doesn't need much at all. So that's kind of how it works. It's fairly complicated, but so basically the heat vents are blasting the hot air out of the machine, and any of these component heat vents and the heat exchangers moving heat from one block to another or blowing them out into the world. I think the component heat vents also blow out into the world as well as move up, down, left, right. I think they're like a combo block. But anyway, so that's kind of how they work. Right, so I guess we need to put down the reactor chamber and start building this nuclear reactor, right?
Yes.
So just protect us a little bit from explosions, what we've done is build a cage out of hardened glass, so that way if we screw this up, then we're a little bit protected. Apparently I can't place that down directly without anything next to it. So.
Do you want to put cable down first?
We can come up underneath. It's fine.
Right.
So there's a nuclear reactor. As you can see, that half the squares you can't use because it's just these on its own. This is a Mark 1 nuclear reactor, it's called. And the more of these chambers you add, the higher Mark 2. I believe that the top one, they just call it a Mark 6 or something. Sorry, Mark 3. So what we're going to do...
Each chamber adds 1 extra row.
I think I should turn into bat mode so I can get underneath. There we go. So now we've got quite a well, basically the biggest nuclear reactor that you can have, like so. Right, so before we put any uranium in on this thing, then I guess we should put the heat exchangers. So let's... You know what? You've seen how the layout is. I'm going to pause the camera and move all but the uranium rods into the nuclear reactor, and then we'll be back. So see you in a bit. Okay, we're back, and we have filled up the nuclear reactor with everything but the uranium. So now if I place the uranium in here, like so, in all of these gaps, then this nuclear reactor is kind of ready to go. I'll just turn it on quickly to show that it's working. You can see everything is doing it, and we're producing 230 EU per tick, but without anywhere to go, it's a waste, so I'm turning it off. So yeah, 230 EU per tick, which is very high, and I believe it will produce 25 million EU before these fuel rods will basically be used up.
Which is decent.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is store that power in MFSUs, which have a capacity of 40 million, so that will be able to, because I've got 2 of them, we've got 80 million capacity. So, that just means that we can run it and have some kind of backup for power storage. The next step is going to require quite a lot of wiring, so I think what we'll do is we'll do that again off camera and then show you what we've done, and then we'll be back and explain it. So we'll be right back. Okay, we've done some work wiring. We've used gold cable. Gold cable can move 512 EU per tick. Knowing that this generates 230 EU per tick, we're good with gold. So the gold cable runs through the wall up to an MSFU, which is storing energy. Currently it's gaining its energy because we've got the old generators hooked up. It then puts it into a secondary MFSU, which we're going to be using for gate reasons in a future episode. That's why we've got 2. But for now, we're just doing it very basically to show it. And then that goes into an HV transformer. That drops it down from its... the MFSU outputs at 2000 EU per tick, which is more than obviously it's drawing in, but that doesn't matter. But what it will do is it will drop from 2000 EU per tick on a fixed step down, which we've chosen here. It will step it down to 512 EU per tick. Now I'm going upstairs quickly. And each of these machines has been transformer upgraded to the point. Some of them have had to put 2 in, but each of these will accept either 8000 EU per tick or 512. The reason why this has got 2, if I take this out, you'll see that, oh, it does, the mass rater will accept 512 with just 1. Oh, it's probably my Whaler not updating properly then. I'll take out the extra transformer upgrades if it doesn't need it. Okay, so does the centrifuge need it? Let's check. No. Okay. Cool.
Possibly not.
Well, let's take out the last one and see what it does. 128. Yeah, that's too low. Cool. So now each of them will accept 512, although it's only getting 200 odd EU per tick, but that's fine. That just means they won't explode. Not that they'd explode anyway, just because of the version of IC2 that we're using. This machine, the induction furnace, cannot be transformer upgraded and has a maximum of 128 EU per tick. So what we've done is we've put a step down here. Now none of these transformers are strictly needed, but when in a future update at some point they're going to turn it back on so that the machines can explode. So in preparation for if when they make that change eventually, then none of our machines will explode because we put the transformers in place. So this will step down back down to 128 and be fine without blowing up the induction furnace. So
we also don't want to teach them lot a bad habits.
With the people viewing, yeah, true. Well, I don't want their machines to explode effectively once things are going. So here's a nuclear reactor, and I'm going to hit the switch, and now that's going to generate 230 EU per tick. And yeah, Malinky better not go down there. And now the MFSU should be filling up. And if you look in the MFSU right now, it is filling up at a ridiculous rate. I mean, that's really fast for an MFSU. You have to trust me on that. So that's a lot of power. And for safety, to protect Malinka so that he can come down here, I'm going to place that in. Say we're going to replace this with like a wireless solution at some point in the future, and add some gates to all of this, but for right now it's fine. It will give us energy, which is what we want. How's it looking, Malinka? You happy with what we've done?
Yeah, I mean, you guys look orange, which is always good. I'm just thinking about what to do with these generators. I mean, they're a bit overkill now.
They're good backup actually. If the nuke runs out, then we've got power coming in some fashion. So
okay, I'm just worried that that's something we can do with the gates.
Yeah,
as soon as it hits below 10% or so, then we can have the generators fire up.
It's why I actually hooked the gold cable into this back MFSU instead of the front one. I mean, it would have been fine on the front one, but yeah, when I do some gate work, which I plan on doing, then I'm going to put the control for the turning on and off of the engines on this back MFSU to decide when to turn it on and off. But for now, this is fine, so that works.
Okay.
Cool.
I like it then.
I haven't quite finished with the build yet, so next step, let's do something funky. So when you're working with nukes, you have something with a mod in this pack called Nuclear Control that allows us to do a few more extra things with nuclear stuff. So, these advanced ones are new. I'll stick with what I know, I think, for now. But you can do things like remote thermal monitor. That will actually keep an eye on the temperature of the nuke. Which is something that I'll add later in. Thermal monitors here will do the same thing, but has to be next to the nuke, and that way you can do things like if the nuke gets heats up too high a temperature, then it'll switch off the nuke. We've actually got a fully stable nuke. However, what you can do is make an unstable nuke design that will generate ridiculous power, but will be on the teetering edge of blowing up. And then you just measure the heat and get it to turn off whenever it's about to blow up, and let it cool, and then you turn it back on again and cycle. So there is
breeder reactors.
That's old IC2.
There's actually
breeder reactors no longer exist in new IC2.
There's also a trick with what you just explained, Fire. That's something a friend of mine always uses. He uses that kind of setup, but he has multiple of those reactors, and he just has them parallel linked. So as soon as one needs to cool down, the next one heats up. That way he'll have always power incoming, and the rest is on the cooling cycle.
Cool. So I'm actually making some of these now. Let's think about how I want to do it. Let's make 7. That would be good now that I've run out of stuff for that. Cool. And now we need to do some linking. So let's take probably... I guess, do I want... It's been such a long time since I've done this. I'm trying to remember how I did it. I think you take an energy sensor kit like this. There we go. For energy sensor kit, we're going to need an EU reader, which is one of these. Was it this? Let me just click the recipe in again, that'll be easier. So, first of all, an EU reader. And then a frequency transmitter. Times 2 actually, now that I'm thinking about what I'm doing. So I'll make 2 of these. And then 2 of these energy sensor kits. I might be wrong, I might have only needed 1, but I'm about to find out. And what else do I need for this? I might need a range upgrade, so that might need another frequency transmitter.
I think it's either 8 or 16 blocks that transfers up to.
Yeah, I can't remember, that's why I make the upgrade, that way I've got it there if I need it. Okay, let's work on the idea that this is what I'm doing. And what I'll do is, on this wall up here, I'm going to take our information panel. I haven't done this in months, built one of these, so if I forget then I apologise. Let's put it, say, here.
Then we shall scold him.
And there we go. Now we've made a giant monitor on the screen here. And you can see that I'll put the range upgrade in, just because I think I'll need it. And then go underground. And with our energy sensor kit, I think we right click, there we go, like so. And right click on the second one. Wrong. There we go. And if I remember correctly, if you just put 2 of these together, you get an energy array location card. So that's taking both of these energy sensors, 1 for each MFSU, combine them to make a 1 card. And I believe you can combine up to 8 of those cards. And then put it in here like so. And add a redstone signal. And now we're getting tons of information. Too much information, in fact. So, what I'll do is come up in here, and I guess I can just... Oh, looks like I've turned off too much. Let's do storage, fill percentage, energy, and free, just maybe those. And that's combined both of them, so combined storage of 80 million EU. We've currently got 2.7 million EU, and it's filled up by 3% currently. And just because I like doing this, I'm going to come back here to my nuclear control stuff and grab a colour upgrade, which I have all the dyes for, thankfully. Now if I come over here and click on our information panel and add a colour upgrade into this slot, I get to change some things. So I'm going to change it to a black screen with green text. That could be kind of cool. And I think you have to turn it on and off for that to update, like so. There we go. So now we can see all of our stuff in the storage here. Now these information panels can do quite a lot of different things actually. Let's see if I can let's go back up, build another one actually, just see if we can get any other information that we can do temporarily. And one of these is there it is it the remote sensor kit? There should be a nuclear sensor.
I believe so, for a new.
Yeah, I know that there is a nuclear sensor stuff, and it might be the remote sensor kit. Which needs a digital thermometer, like so. And another frequency transmitter. Lucky we've pre-made tons of stuff here for this. And finally a remote sensor kit. And hopefully, if I've got this right, can you grab 2 pieces of hardened glass for me?
Sure.
Luckily, because I'm breaking it, unfortunately. There we go. And close back up the nuke. Okay. So instead of it showing the MFSUs, I could do this. If I change this in here and do that, oh, it says out of range. Let's see if I can make another industrial panel quick. I'll put the other one back in here. Nuclear. There we go. An information panel is one of these. And what was I missing out of the extenders? Wood. I'm sure I can manage to get some wood together. There we go. Let's grab some oak wood, like so. Nuclear. And I'll make 7 again. And possibly a range upgrade. Just in case. Okay.
You might want to, just in case.
Yep. And I'll build this one downstairs next to the nuke. So we'll put the panel as close to the nuke as I can. I'll put it here. And then extend the panel across. I mean, you could do this without the extenders. The extenders just increase the size of the monitor, which I like. And put that in here with this. And redstone signal. There we go. You can see that the nuke is on because it says in the top right hand corner. It's got a maximum heat of 10k, a melting point of 8,500. That's to do with the old breeder reactors. Currently outputting at 230 EU per tick. The nuke material that we've got in there currently, that's going to last another 5 hours 21 minutes before the nuke runs out and needs to be refilled, and is currently running at a temperature of 92 degrees, which is actually very cool considering it can go up to, you know, 10,000 before it explodes. It's running at a very cool 92 degrees. And
We can have summer vacation in there.
yeah, and it's using this kind of temperature readout remotely that would allow us to detect that, say if it hits 9,000 degrees or something, then we can actually have it with a monitor saying, oh crap, that's too hot, turn it off, and then it'll let it cool down, and then it'll have it turn back on again and say when it drops down to say 4,000 degrees. So that's how you build like a reactor. You don't have to worry so much about the heat concerns. But yeah, that's good actually. I'll do some upgrades to change the colour of this screen as well at some point. But that's going to be useful. We can come down here even without breaking open the nuke to see if it's still running and how long it's got left. Cool.
Which is very handy.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed the builds and you've liked what you see, then please let us know in the comments. If you've got any suggestions, then please let us know. Obviously, as we've said, we're going to do some wireless stuff to turn on and off the nuke in the future, and we're going to do some gate work in here. And in the future, once we've got some plutonium, we'll build a different type of nuke. But for now, that's those. But yeah, if you say, leave a comment, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe. I think for me, Malinka, and Demon, I think we'll finish off here. You happy with this, Demon? Seems you did most of the work.
I am.
Cool. All right. See you next time.
Like the audience,
go on.
I've been waiting to.
No worries. Cool. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.